Hello everybody, my name is Maxo91 and and in front of us we have a heavy land battleship, a heavy tank, the Black Prince, which from my personal opinion is a very nice battleship, heavy tank again, I'm sorry, it's a very nice heavy tank. It has only one turret though. I can understand why, and only one gun. Also, I can understand why. Um, what else? What else? It has a very nice, thick armor plating frontally on the hull and on the turret. 152 millimeters, and no matter what someone is telling you, I haven't seen this vehicle personally, but maybe someone who had may correct me, and I also want to be corrected if I'm in a mistake. But I'm 100% sure that this turret has a gun mantlet. Because, well, the reason is this. This is additional armor plating, which is welded on and also bolted from what I can see. And there is a very significant difference between this part, or the gun mantlet, and the part behind it. So let's say that this thing frontally has 152 millimeters of armor because well, of this additional armor here, but in most of the cases the thickest part of the turret in reality is the frontal part, because the gun is reliably mounted on the turret floor and frontal part, so you will need structurally a very tough material, very strong material there, which, yes, this is homogeneous steel, I am sure, but I'm also sure that in reality here around the gun the turret has the thickest armor. Maybe the 152 millimeters are a whole thing here, but I'm sure that this is a gun mantlet which protects some mechanical parts of the gun lane drive and so on and so on, the gun aiming systems and some other stuff, and I'm also sure that this thing is thick at least 10 or 20 millimeters and more. So do not try to penetrate the Black Prince from the gun mantlet frontally. There is nothing good which will come. You can try at least through the viewing ports of the commander or the commander's hatch, and also you may try down here. It's a bit angled, but not so much, and most of the guns can penetrate this part. Do not try to penetrate this hatch. I think this hatch is even thicker from this armor plate here. From the side, again, the same amount of armor on the turret and the hoe, which is easier for me particularly, 95 millimeters both, which, well, it's a pretty thick armor, but also it's flat on 90 degrees from the viewing point of your shell, which means if you fire somewhere over here you will penetrate. Do not try to fire here because you can see the track is moving here, and most likely the track will eat the shot. If you want 100% guaranteed shot in the hull, fire in the hatch here or the hatch over here. Two hatches, very rather large hatches. They are a tough target to miss, as the whole vehicle also. For the turret, I think everybody can see where he can fire, or she, and what you can do, and where you can deal very large holy crap, amount of damage. Now for the back, the things are a bit different. The back armor plate, which is created to protect the engine mostly, is thick, only 25 millimeters. The turret though is 95, and I think this here is a sponson because of this radiator ports over here, this grill over here, which you all can see. Why I think like that? Only two things in this vehicle may need additional cooling, and one of them is the radio and the other is the electrical motor which drives the turret. I'm 100% sure that this electrical motor will never be here, so this leaves only the radio and maybe the commander and the the welder, which to be honest, every single of them over here and these two dudes here will need a bit of a cooling after some kind of battle in this rather very large vehicle. As I said, this thing weighs 50 tons. It has 660 brake horsepower engine, which is a Rolls-Royce Meteor engine. I think that the Meteor engine was used in the Meteor aircraft, which means that we have a tank with a radio engine. I may be in a very big mistake because I do not know how even the Meteor looks like. It may be a V-shaped engine, but in my own experience, most of the pistons engines which are used in the aviation are rotary engines, not like the engine which you can find in Mazda MX, not MX, RX8 I think was, or MX7. Not like this kind. They are piston engines, but the positions are a bit different. Overhaul the engine works on the same way. These type of engines are the first one which have the mechanical injection system, fuel injection system, and also these kind of engines are the first which have carburetors which are with vacuum regulation for the altitude. So when you're on different altitude, the vacuums inside the carburetor regulate the amount of fuel, and they are better engines from the first one, which had a regular pretty much carburetor. So but I digress, please excuse me for that. Maximum speed 20 kilometers an hour, which, to be honest, it's astonishing, because this thing is very big and the tracks are very wide. So yeah, a big amount of traction, and also surface tension, and this is the thing which I think is most likely the reason why the Black Prince has so low maximum speed. Yes, when the Black Prince is going downhill or on free fall hill, falling down, it will achieve bigger amount of speed, but when it's on free fall, there is no ground. But when it's on downhill, the mass of the vehicle adds on to the speed. Now, the traverse rate of the hull. Now, here is something which I must tell you all. I'm sorry that the vehicle's crew it isn't trained on 100%, but I cannot wait any longer. The traverse rate with 95% crew trained is 39.22 degrees per second. On 100% will be 40 degrees per second. I'm sure you all can understand me what I'm talking about, so yeah. Now the turn traverse rate is 30.91 degrees per second. When the crew is trained on 100%, you will get 31 degrees and something more, but it's minuscule. The difference is just minuscule. The time for reloading also it's fast, 4.9 seconds between each shell. When the crew is trained on 100%, 4.8 seconds, which again, this difference is very minuscule, and 1/100th of a second will not help you very much. Now, the rate of fire in the moment is 12.10 shells per minute. When the crew is trained on 100%, it will be 12.36 shells per minute, which again, it isn't very big amount of difference. If it was, let's say, 14 point something, okay, but the difference, it isn't so big. Keep in mind, I have provisions, I have consumables, and so on this vehicle, which means that it operates pretty well. The aiming time is 4.1 seconds. When the crew is on 100%, is 4 seconds, which again, you're reloading slower from the aiming. You can aim, you can pre-aim, and you can fire reliably. Now, for the dispersion, 0315 at 100 meters. The difference here was 0207, which it isn't very good, but again, this difference, it isn't very big, it's minuscule. Now for the view range in the moment is 248.3. When the cruise is on 100%, you will get 253.4 meters, or you will get 5 additional meters. Again, tier 7 vehicle, heavy tank, maximum speed of 20 kilometers an hour. If you are the spotting vehicle for your team, I'm feeling very sorry about you. Now, average penetration and average damage in this order. Armor piercing 171 millimeters, 160 damage. Armor piercing composite rigid 239 millimeters, 135 damage. High explosive 20 millimeters, 200 damage. Please keep in mind that for the high explosive, to give you this big amount of damage, you must penetrate your target. So yeah, this was for the review. I hope some of you are liking it. Now I'm going to show you some games, and yeah, so this is for the moment. Let me show you the games.
Eu te tiver. Okay? I'm ready to go. Все, то есть будто назвали ДД. Да. Оп, чакайте, что-то ну дедушка. Где надо бусматка? Are ves tu. Mrzíme, máte, mrzíme. Ok, boha. To az bega muszę mieć. Boże no! Ładnie nie, ale... Ale weź. Ej, to... Те сега. Давай направо ще те избута на другия край на карта.
I hope some of you liked the video and watched it until the end. If this is the case, please leave a like, comment, share, or subscribe. If you do not like the vehicle, well, dislike it, because this is very informative. Comment on it, and so on, but please be advised that words like fuck, dick, and so on and so on will exclude your comment directly. I had added some words which, to be honest, I do not want in my community. People which are going to swear every second time when they open their mouths, or I don't want people which are going to swear in every second or third word, because on some of my videos I received this kind of comments in their health, in the review section of the comments, and they will stay there or they will be deleted because, well, these words are bad words. So yeah, again, I hope some of you at least liked the video. If this is the case, please share, comment, rate, or subscribe, because this will help me very much, and also this will help growing the community. Maxwell91, have a nice day, and bye bye.